Hey YouTube, Boxcar Will here. Just going to do a quick little update of what I've been working on. I've been able to get a couple hours the past couple nights down here. I have 99% of the yard put down. I have more ties to cut. I ran out, thought I had enough. This is how short I am. 5-6 strips of ties. So I started sanding the rest of it. The white here, you can see I've already sanded those. I've yet to sand all this and the yard ladder over there. All I'm using is a scrap piece of wood and 60 grit sandpaper taped to it, and I like doing it this way as opposed to using a power sander, which I tried earlier and just makes a heck of a mess. I can feel any large dips or humps and I can sand those out. There will be a few which I think will make it look a little more realistic instead of it being completely flat like on a piece of plywood and the flex track. So that's what I've been up to. Once I get these sanded, I can start putting in some track, I can start laying some rail, and I will hook up all the feeders to all of those, and then I believe I'm going to paint it all with the camouflage spray can. I'll spray it all at the same time. I wasn't sure if I was going to stain the ties first and then put down the rail and then paint. I think that would be just a waste of time if I go through all the trouble of sanding them and then staining them. I'm going to end up covering it all up with the paint anyway, so I think I'll just wait and put the paint, and that way I can get things working and go from there. Okay, so here you can see there is a bunch of ties here that I have yet to sand. So you can see here some of them a little higher than others. Pan this way, run my finger along here, you can see there's others. There's a smaller one. So once these are sanded, they will all be the same height. They're all the same length, but when they're cut on the table saw, they come out just slightly different sizes. So that doesn't matter because I sand them. So they're all 8.5 feet long. That's what's more important to me. So I'll show you what they look like after they've been sanded. Okay, so I've quickly sanded these ones here, the ones in the foreground, the ones in the back, which are almost out of focus. You can see that these ones haven't been sanded. So you can see these ones have a little more evenness, uniformity to them, which I think looks really, really good. There's a few where the glue didn't hold. I just used white glue, so I will re-glue those ones and then resand them. So I think it turns out really good. You can see the ones in the foreground compared to the ones in the back. Difference in heights makes a huge difference when you give them a little bit of sanding, a little bit of elbow grease. And you can see there's the sawdust and the ones that the glue didn't hold.